What's going on, guys? It's Ishan here, clocking in for today's video. We have a little different kind of video where we're going to be doing the technical analysis of Palantir, Virgin Galactic or SPCE stock. We're going to be doing also the technical analysis of NIO, XPENG, Hyliion and Workhorse. So all the major big stocks we're going to do an in-depth technical analysis of. So make sure you like and subscribe for this real value. We've nailed the bottom on so many stocks and helped you guys make a lot of money along the way. Like we nailed the bottom with Palantir, we nailed the bottom on MongoDB, which has now returned $80 per share, and so many others. So make sure you like, subscribe, and stick around to watch and get an in-depth analysis of each and every stock. And so let's do it. So with Palantir, we got a 17% jump on report of a 44 million FDA contract. So this was something I've actually talked in my videos. I talked about how governments are going to continue to give contracts to Palantir. And this will only be better and better for them in the long term. As the government becomes more reliant on them, that's only going to help them further as they become more dependent on their software and continue to use it down the years. Now going into the technicals, we actually called the bottom on Palantir. I told you guys in my previous video that the $24 area was going to be a support. And as we can see, we got a pullback. We bounced right over here. Then we bounced again, but ended up gapping down all the way to the $22 area, which I said would be the next support below that and the ideal position for me to enter. And boom, bada bang, the stock went up back up. We can see how the stock is continuously holding around that 180-day SMA, which is the orange line. And as we can see, we came down, we held on to it. We got some resistance back at the $24. Classic technicals, turning previous support into resistance. But then as we can see, the stock persevered. We got a bunch of volume into the stock, and now we broke over here today on the contract news. We broke that resistance and back up. So now where are we going from here? I know that's what you guys all want to know. So right now we have a little bit of resistance in this area. We can see right in this area we had some resistance, and over here we can see the end of day was right there as well. From here, it's very likely that now that we're pretty overextended on the RSI and the MACD, we could probably see a pullback around the $27 area, turn it back into support, as we can see right over here where we had ended up pushing higher. We then ended up pushing back down, and so the same thing will probably happen over here. We'll most likely pull back, turn that $27 area into support, so that could be another good place to add. Apart from that, it seems like we're probably heading all the way up to all-time highs. There's not really much resistance apart from the $29 area, which I just highlighted, and back up there we could see a move all the way back up to $33. Now as for Virgin Galactic, for my video I made a few days ago, I clearly mentioned that how we had broken above this resistance we had here, we had broken above, and then as you can see when I zoom in, we can see right here along these candlesticks, we can see the very low of those candlesticks is right at that trend line, right at that horizontal trend line. So it broke above the resistance, then it turned that previous resistance into support. So just classic technicals right there. And then from there, I mentioned that with the whole hype going around Virgin Galactic, the news that came out about them signing the NASA contract, we have literally no resistance in line. And I talked about how you could see all-time highs, and well, we had a massive day today, up nearly 20%, and I wouldn't be surprised if we continued pushing all the way up to 38, and until then I don't see anything stopping this stock. It's got barely any resistance. It might get some around the $36-$35 level, but with the hype, with the momentum, it seems like this is heading to 38. Now as for NIO, taking a look at the 1-year chart, we can see it's really overextended. We got a MACD cross right over here indicating a reversal, and now the nice thing to see is that we held this support right over here around the $40 level. Around the $40 level, we can see it bounced, and it's holding that $40 level, which is a pretty strong sign. But also if we take a look, we're starting to form lower lows and lower highs on the candlesticks. Taking a look at the 6-month chart, we can see we're forming lower lows, lower highs. It's kind of like this new downtrend. You see, we push up, we push back down, push up, we push back down. And right here today, if we see, we actually pushed up and now we're getting resistance again, and it's very likely that we might not even break it at all. And now taking a look at the 1 month chart, if we throw in some lines, we can see we've got some support around this $40 area. As I was mentioning, $40 has been a really good support, and it's nice to see that it's holding there. And we've got some resistance around the $48, $49 level. So we're kind of trading for last month. We've actually just been trading and consolidating in this area. No crazy moves, nothing really. So the key level to watch now is the $40 level. Can NIO hold it? Because the $40 level, as we can see, it's been holding for quite a while now, about a month or so. And so you can bet that a lot of bulls have their stop losses right below that level. And if you can get a good solid break, that could trigger a lot of stop losses and cause a nice solid pullback in the stock. And you definitely know I'm going to be loading up on that. But on a pullback, let's say we did get one, if we broke $40, this stock could potentially, if we just zoom in a little more, past 38, it's very likely that we see a pullback all the way down to the mid 30s. Right over here, we can see the low of this candlestick is right at the $30 area. The start of the uptrend right over here is right at the mid 30s. So we could probably see a pullback down to the mid 30s if we break 38 or $40. Going back to the 1 month chart, if you can get a solid break above 48 and then break above and turn it into support, like as we saw over here, we got a break, but it broke right through and we didn't get a chance to turn the 48 into support. We eventually broke it, and as you can see right over here, what happened? Same thing. We can see it broke above and it turned the $48 into support right over here, and that's why it got that push higher. So as a bull right now, what we want to see is a break above 48, turning that into support and then pushing higher. Another key thing, if you'll notice, is on the 1 month chart, we've been holding the 180-day SMA, which is the orange line. We've pushed up, bounced right at the 180-day SMA. Same thing over here, continuously holding it, and right now we've broken below and trading below it. And so we also want to see a break back above that 180-day SMA on the 1 month chart, and that could also be a good sign of a reversal. Going to XPENG now, we can see that the stock has been slowly descending. I think down about 40% from its lows, so quite a big steep drop. We got a lot of initial hype on the company. It got sent soaring, all of them from 20 all the way up to 73. So massive move, and now bulls cashed out, shorts are pushing it lower. But key supports, as we can see, we got some horizontal support right around this $40 area. That's probably going to be an area of support. But as we can see, it looks like the stock is somewhat bottoming right around this area. We're turning this previous resistance that we had previous resistance right over here around this $46 area. We can see we pushed up, we pushed back down. And if we look closely, it's what's happening with recent price action. Like right here, we turned that previous resistance we had in this area now into support, and we're pushing back up. Same thing right over here. Right in this area, we pushed back down, turned that previous resistance all the way back at 46, 47 into support, and we pushed back up. And it kind of looks like we're forming a descending triangle right along that line. So if I zoom back out, we can actually see that this is a descending triangle forming. We can see we got that horizontal line, which is that previous resistance turning into support, and we're forming lower lows and lower highs and forming a descending triangle. And it looks like we're either going to have now a move lower or have a move higher, just because the stock is so oversold, and considering how far it's fallen back down and that we've turned this previous resistance into support multiple times. I'm anticipating that we get a move higher and squeeze higher from this descending triangle. But because it's also a descending triangle and it's called descending for a reason, it's very likely that we also get a breakdown. So what I'm going to be doing is waiting for confirmation. I want to see if it can continue to hold this $46 area. Currently, I have no position in XPENG, but if we can break above this trend line, like as you can see, we've continuously been rejected by the trend line, which I just deleted by mistake. but we've been continuously rejected by it. If we can now get a break around this and get up to about the $50 area, $51 area, that would indicate a reversal. Along with that, we've been getting resistance from the EMA lines, the purple and the blue line. The purple line is the 21 EMA, and this greenish bluish line is the 9 EMA. And as we can see, that's also been acting as resistance on the 1 month chart. And if we can break above that, as well as breaking above the diagonal trend line, that will be a key indicator that now we're changing directions. But if we continue trending lower, we could potentially break below the $46 level, and if that happens, we'll probably see the $40 level. So as you guys can see, it's all about identifying key support, key resistance level, and spotting things like these triangles. Now the next stock is Hyliion. Yep, Hyliion is one I actually called in the 20s, or I guess it was the 30s maybe. I told you guys that we were probably going to get a pullback to $18. And well, that's exactly what's been happening. Hyliion pulled back to the $18 level. It's been holding it as support, and as we can see on the 1 month chart, we've bounced. We've broken above the EMA lines, which are the purple bluish lines we can see here. We've broken back above, and now it looks like we're beginning a new uptrend. So that's a pretty bullish sign. Also, considering if you take a look at the last 6 month chart, we can see, yeah, $18 support right here, $18 support right here, and $18 support right over here. So this is a pretty big thing that it's continued to hold the $18 support. But if we can continue this uptrend, I would definitely be looking to buy if we can break above this $20 area, because right now if I put in some lines, we can see this $19-20 area. That's going to be some resistance for now. We got some resistance up here. We can see the low right over here. This low is right about that $20 area, so it's probably going to turn that previous support in this area into resistance. And then in general, for stocks like this, that whole dollar level, like the 10, 20s, 30s, like those sorts of levels are always usually resistances in general. I don't know why. I guess it's just the appeal of that, you know, whole number with the zero at the end. But yeah, that $20 area is going to act as resistance. If we can break above that, turn that into support, so we get a break above, then what I want to look for is for it to pull back, turn that into support, and then push higher. And that's where I want to be buying, because that will be the full confirmation that we're finally reversed. Because for all we know right now, we could get a pullback back to that $18 level and break below it. And if it breaks below 18, we're probably going to see like $15, or let's just take a look at it. If it breaks below that $18 level, we're probably going to fill this gap we have right over here at around $15. So right over here, we can see we got a gap right over here and around this $15 level. So that's why you always want to play it safe, and you always want to make sure that you wait for confirmation and either wait for the break up or break below to enter or exit. This has been a really popular stock on YouTube. A lot of you guys have asked me to cover it. Today is a technical analysis. I'll go more in depth into their fundamentals maybe sometime later, right around this $14-15 level. We've bounced here multiple times. It's been really strong support, and honestly, I don't even want to think about what would happen if we broke that, because if we broke the $15 support, which has been holding for such a long time, I can tell you that it's going to be a massive reckoning. Like, this stock is going to have a huge drop if it breaks below 14 or 15, because that's been a massive support, and below that you can bet a bunch of bulls have their stop losses there. But regardless, $15 seems like an ideal support area. We have a peak up here. We got some resistance around the $30 level, and then again we have some small horizontal support around this $20 level. If we've bounced here, and also taking a look, we can also see that $20 level has acted as resistance before, like right over here. So turn that previous resistance into support. So pretty textbook technicals, and we're finding some support around here now that we've pulled back. The USPS contract was delayed, so we got a pretty big pullback, and it looks like we're turning that $20 level into support again. If we break $20, we're probably going to see 15 to 16 again. because below 20 the stock has not really got much support other than the $15 to $16 level, so we'll probably see a pullback there if we break below 20. Otherwise, if we continue holding 20 and consolidate there, we'll most likely see a reversal and an uptrend back up. The RSI is overall really low on this 1 month chart. The MACD is now reversing as well, so all signs point towards a potential reversal. But right now the key level to watch is if it can continue holding the $20 level and push back up. Below $20, we will see 15. So there you have it, guys, a little different video. Let me know any other stocks you want me to do a quick technical analysis of. We've called out multiple technical analysis plays that have helped a lot of you make a lot of money. Like with Palantir, with MongoDB, we called the bottom at 200. Now it's at like 280. A bunch of stocks we've called the bottom and nailed it. So let me know other stocks you want me to cover and hopefully help you make some money. And with that being said, make sure you like and subscribe. Come on, guys, make sure you subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, clocking out for now. Peace.